This episode damaged me. It was not only the most boring and most stupid ever produced, but was also nearly completely vapid of any comedic levity whatsoever. Based on the overwhelming volume of stupidity found in this episode, I have no choice but to break this episode up into 3 different videos.
With 3 there is balance.
One for each plot. This video will cover what I consider to be the most excruciatingly boring of the 3 plots. The Numenor scenes. And before I start, I ask that you please forgive me if this video doesn't address one of the many other stupid things that you noticed. The Numenor subplot is like a fucking Dementor from Harry Potter. Watching these scenes felt like the very essence of my being was being sucked out of me. Usually during a Rings of Power scene, I can find some comedic value in how unbelievably stupid they are. While these scenes were really stupid, I found myself sitting, emotionless, just praying that we'd get a Galadriel scene to save me from whatever the hell this is. And this honestly extends beyond the Numenor plot. The majority of this episode was so mind-numbingly dull that Galadriel somehow became the light at the end of the tunnel. Like what the fuck? If you haven't watched this episode yet, then please, for your sake, skip every Numenor scene and just watch vicariously through other people's reviews. These scenes have the capacity to do severe damage to someone's psyche. I'm still recovering, and I don't wish this on anyone else. I really don't. So let's talk about these scenes. It starts off with Pharazôn and his son, who I'm just going to call Kevin, talking about their ambitions after Pharazôn successfully usurped the throne via Eagle.
The Eagle favors Pharazôn!
And Kevin is being relatively positive, talking about how he wants to rebuild Numenor the way his dad envisions it.
The age of men is upon us, Father. Let us take it. Let us build the Numenor you have always seen in your mind's eye.
So you'd think that Pharazôn would take this as a sign that Kevin is completely loyal to him, and there would be no need to try to manipulate him, or potentially traumatize him, or anything like that.
Once, when you were at her breast, your mother prophesied that you would come to ill ends.
My mother? What did she say?
Impress me in the task that I'm about to place upon you. And I will tell you, fail to do so, and I shall have to find other places to make use of you.
So Pharazôn's deal to his son is that he will tell Kevin the details of the horrible fate his mother prophesied if he does him a favor. And if he doesn't do the favor well, then he'll essentially be punished, and I guess not told the rest of the prophecy. And really, what the fuck is the point of this prophecy? Because all he had to do was ask his completely loyal son to do him a favor and not make him paranoid about meeting some horrible fate. That's it. That's all he had to do. Imagine he had just said, "Oh, hey, do you mind doing this favor for me?" Kevin would have been like, "Yeah, of course, Dad. I'm desperate to impress you. I'll do anything you want."
He's this privileged kid who is desperate to impress his father, who's making all these vicious decisions.
And how does knowing anything about some stupid prophecy even help Kevin in any way at all? Like, what could this fate be? It sounds like he's just telling his son that he's going to die horribly. That's what it sounds like to me. This is really stupid. This is just dumb. Next, Muriel and Elendil have a talk, and that was boring as hell. I think they're banging now.
The Sea Guard is still loyal to you. Together we can fight.
I've been called fool, crazy, simply because I told them that I wanted you. Who's the fool?
That's basically all I gathered from this scene. So next we see one of Kevin's tasks, disarming Numenor's navy.
Anyone deemed loyal to the Queen Regent has been stripped of rank.
On whose authority?
On mine.
And somehow in this scene also, Elendil's daughter has turned out to be more insufferable than Galadriel, if that's even fucking possible.
How dare you reduce my grief to petty ambition?
While Galadriel's unlikability often has me entertained and laughing,
Why would he think that?
Stop it, Elrond.
Elendil's daughter has no ironic charm.
On whose authority?
On mine.
Any scene she is featured in simply feels painful on my eyes, my ears, my soul. She looks like the type of person that would get shoved through a moon door.
Take care to keep your feet beneath you. It's a long way to the bottom.
I don't remember her being this hard to watch last season, but then again, none of her scenes were memorable.
It feels right that one wasn't.
I wasn't talking to you!
And that's probably a good thing. So Elendil's former fleet have this moment where they display their loyalty to Elendil, and it just feels like a knockoff version of this classic scene found in Dead Poets Society.
Captain leaving deck!
He's nobody's captain now.
The Valar protects you.
That's enough.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Valar bless you, Captain.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson.
The Valar bless you.
You hear me?
Captain.
Sit down.
That's enough!
Sit down.
But it wasn't his fault.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. One more outburst from you or anyone else.
How do you think this ends? Silence!
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Next thing Kevin does is goes to shut down a shrine for some fucking reason.
This shrine is condemned.
And he's just being comically evil.
My son, this is the oldest shrine in Numenor.
It's in the way of the new aqueduct. How's it feel to have a daughter who's ashamed of you?
How then, if I only nearly told Baynard?
So Elendil punches him,
I don't know if you're aware, but I've been promoted to...
and I guess that was sort of funny, but I'd prefer Kevin just never be in any scenes again. Ever. Then Kevin orders his guards to hold Elendil.
Hold him.
And then Kevin strokes his beard, which is just an odd thing to do before you punch someone. It just felt so... I can't even describe what... It's just so odd. It's just... Why include this in the scene? Why? So then this guy physically stops Kevin and then starts fighting him.
May the Valar forgive me.
For what?
And Kevin's guards do absolutely nothing to defend their leader. Numenorian guards suck. They'll watch idly as their queen gets slapped in the face.
The beginning of our morning.
They'll watch idly as their new leader is assaulted. And 5 of them got thrown into a prison cell by Galadriel in Season 1. Maybe they're there just as a display of power rather than an actual force. Or maybe Numenorians are just like a lesser breed of humans. It's hard for me to tell, honestly.
You will inform Farazon that she's escaped. I informed him last time. That was a dog.
So after a very stupid brawl, this guy comes out on top, but Elendil tells him not to kill Kevin.
Mirlendil, put it down!
And so he drops the sword and Kevin kills him, which actually made me kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure a lot of you watching right now couldn't be bothered to remember who this character is. He is the guy who directly looked into the camera during this iconic scene from Season 1.
The sea is always right!
It was so funny and just made that stupid mantra even more laughable. So I really do thank him for his service. You will be missed. And so that's fucking Numenor. God damn. Oh my fucking Christ. Honestly, it was hard for me to record this part too because just it's bringing back memories. It's just oh my God. I said it at the beginning of the video. I'm going to say it one more time. If you have not seen this episode yet and plan on doing so, just skip through every Numenor scene. This is all you need to fucking know. And honestly, I really hope that wave comes soon so we never have to see any of these characters ever again. Because I really don't know if I can take any more Numenor scenes. I really don't.
Take care to keep your feet beneath you. It's a long way to the bottom.